Hello friends, how are you today? I have a short video story for you today about the Schumann resonance, but specifically about the energy movement and what it means for us personally. I'm using the word tsunami in this title of this video because that's what's come to me. That's what's come to me about what has gone on recently that has been so powerful in the energies. And it also came to me because of this just beam of light. And it reminded me so much. Now, I'm just going to talk about the energy here, because there's really not much going on the chart itself since yesterday, mostly because we have a lot of missing data and we just don't know what happened. There have been solar events and maybe other events. So I'm just going to focus on some energy discussion that I didn't bring up yesterday or the day before. And when I saw this sword of light here, that's what I called it, it came to me as like a stunning truth of the soul revealed, like striking insights. And the reason that this came to me is because I recently, in the past few days, was called to wield a light sword in the non-physical. And I realized that related to the current energies, what this sword, if you will, this beam of energy, this experience of energy is about. It's about cutting away that which is not of our own true essence in our energy field, in our lives. And I'll show you how I came to that. And to show you, I want to show you the tsunami that has occurred. So here's the quality chart for today. And you can see it's basically like a wave, okay? It goes from close to 0 up to 410. But let me show you the evolution of this. All right, so this is the middle of February. The regular pattern of the green resonance has been to peak at 31, and then periodically it's pulled back. Okay, we're going to focus on the green because, in my view, that represents humanity. Here's February 16th, peaking at 31. Here's the chart ending February 22nd. We've had an extended time at 31, pulls back, 31, 31. Here we go. We peaked at 31, we peaked at 31. We don't know what happened. Now we're in the end of February. Peaked to 31, pull back. Now we're towards the end of February, peaking only to 26. Peak back up to 30, pull back. Peak back up to 31, pullbacks. 31, 31, 31, like a heartbeat. 31, 31, pulling back to peaking just under 20. Okay, 19. Okay, pulled back. Up to 32 for an extended time. Pull back. Pull back here to 12, second week in March. Here, pull back, peak only at 15. Here, pull back, okay? Pull back, peaking only at 18. Wave, peaking at 260. Pull back. Pull back, peak at 21. Below the average high. Pull back, peak to 490. There's the rest of the wave after 490, comes off. Pull back. The wave rises again. Peaks at 410, pull back, and that's where we are now. What I did was I researched, and I'll link the articles below, a couple of articles and a video on tsunamis. And it's interesting because tsunamis are a ground-shaking event. Like, that's what causes them. They're different from a tidal wave, which is related to solar system events, the sun, the moon. But a tsunami is like an earthquake, like the earth shakes dramatically, and the shift of that energy rises outward in all directions. And then it hits land. And the first wave may not be the strongest wave, but there can be repeated waves coming to the land. In a way, that's kind of what we've had here. And one of the major signs of a tsunami, if you are at the ocean, one of the major signs is the pullback of the water. And then it can churn at some point in that pullback out where the ocean is supposed to be. And then eventually the tsunami comes and just crashes up against the land. And I was just thinking about the flow of the qualities and how the pullbacks here, and then the big wave, right, up to 200 and up to 400, almost 500. I mean, these are stunning numbers. 200 we've seen before, but 400. We've seen 200 before, but it's like once a year. It's very rare. I wonder if the quality is emanating a tsunami type energy. I view this as representing the green, as representing humanity. Now, the quality is the clearness of these energies, of the frequencies. It's akin to a bell that rings clearly, okay, as opposed to a sound that has great distortion. Now, from within the human energy field, how this would express is the ability to connect with your true self, with your soul frequency, like the essence of what a human being is or who they are. It's the soul. It's that spark of divinity within. That's the essence of what we are, in my view. So I've used this image to represent the human energy field. Here's the soul light. Here's the energy field. And within this field is a physical human form. If we look at Earth as a ball, Earth is a ball of matter surrounded by an energy field, the EM fields around the Earth, part of which the energy of is the Schumann resonance. I mean, one aspect of that's notable, very notable, right? And it's Schumann resonance is at the same hertz levels as human brain waves, and that's notable. So if we're the human body within here, okay, like akin to the material planet Earth, and then we have an energy field, okay, and that's akin to the energy around the Earth. And we have a soul light, and I see the center of the Earth as having a soul light. Okay, Mother Earth, that energy that we call Mother Earth, that's the soul light within the center, the divinity that created the planet. So a tsunami on the physical Earth is caused by an earthquake, a shaking, some kind of dramatic shift in the physical material of the planet. A tsunami in the Schumann resonance, in the quality, might be caused by a dramatic event experienced by the mass majority of the humans on this planet. And that shift then causing a wave, right, a tsunami in our energy fields that is measurable and picked up by instruments that measure the Schumann resonance. All right, so my idea here is that human beings had a soul shifting event, and that the soul light then, so the base energy within the human being is the soul. So then that energy rises up from the human form, just as an earthquake energy rises up from the earth. Well, the shaking, the dramatic event within human beings rose up from within us and is pouring forth through our energy field. And then, because energy in motion is always in motion, flowing out from each person out into their society 7 or 8 billion times, okay, whatever the population is now. That's dramatic. You could... And there's the bell. You could see that could be dramatic and maybe affect even the quality of our frequencies, okay, dramatically. Because why? Because the soul energy is released, expressing itself throughout our fields. Our true essence, we have access to it in that moment. It shines through us. It's like when you have a dream that's literally soul shaking. I don't know if you've ever had that, but I've had it a couple times. And I'll tell you what, the first time I had it, it caused me to change my life dramatically. I dramatically changed my life. I was always a spiritual person, but I absolutely refused to have anything to do with the woo-woo areas of society, of life, of expressing that. I kept it all secretly within myself, I'd be traveling around to, the country, even around the world, secretly studying the Bible, doing my personal energy readings. But outwardly, nope, I wouldn't talk about it. But what happened was, after some period of time of living like this, I was presented with a soul-shaking dream. And that is the dream of the stadium, and I'll link it below. And that caused me to change my life. So what happens is you have this soul-shaking experience. And now watch what happens. The light lights up within the field and expands outward, expands outward, expands outward, expands outward. Not in a spiral. It's more like a open portal. It goes from here to here, to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. And then consistently outflowing. Now see, that's outflowing from soul to the human being. The human being can then receive that. And that's the inflow. It all happens in the same space, actually. The space of your human energy field. The soul outflows to us. We take that back in. So the soul energy pours out. And if we allow it, it fills our field. And life goes like this. So here's me, okay? Here's the soul light pouring into my field. It feels divine, angelic, if you will. Here's me choosing to receive that into my physical body, into my energy field that emanates from my body. And my life goes from dark, shadowy, disconnected to golden. My life goes from disconnected to God. My angel is present, but I can't feel that he's there. To perfect union within. The perfect union that expresses as my soul the love for me that God has for me, the love for me that my soul has for me, the love for me as a child of the Creator, that the Creator gifts me with receiving. The perfect union that feels amazing, that changes my life, that causes me to desire to walk the path of my soul, to embody it gratefully as much as possible. The knowing that I'm no longer alone shifts my life in ways that were beyond my imagination from this state of being. I had no idea how beautiful life could be.